The question is how does LeBron flip the script? Does he stay put and try and bring more to where he currently is, or decides to go and join another situation and create it a la Miami, or create it in a different spot in a different situation by joining a young and upcoming team? Brian, what do you think?
I don't know. You could bring on 15 people. You could bring on players. You could bring on executives. You could bring on media members who analyze the situation. As far as where I look, there isn't a perfect scenario. Any choice that he makes today, and I always have to preface that because the NBA changes every 15 minutes. We just had a replacement of executive 15 minutes ago.
Yep.
The NBA changes every 15 minutes. But today, I don't see the option that he has where he doesn't make some sort of significant compromise, whether it's conference, family considerations, talent considerations, leaving home, staying home. All he has are choices with significant compromises right now. I don't know. I honestly don't know, and he doesn't either. Trust me on this. He doesn't know what he's going to do.
And the reason why is because he's just been focused on basketball. I mean, none of it really dawns on him in a quiet moment. No, because I mean, we're already turned the page as a members of the media. I know, because it's an 0-3 hole in which he's in, Brian.
Of course, he's thought about it, Rich. But go get 300 people.
Yeah.
Even if he sat there and thought about it every day for the last month, the situation is not going to change. He has a whole bunch of options. None of them are great. I mean, I just said last night, I'm saying it jokingly. I want to make that 100% clear. I'm joking. Got that? Joking.
Nice.
I was like, he ought to call up Durant and see what he's doing in free agency, because I don't see a situation right now that completely makes this an instantaneous reversal like Durant executed 2 years ago, and that's what he's going to figure out over the next 3-4 weeks. And I agree with you, Rich. LeBron's free agency started last night.
Yep. Brian Windhorst of ESPN joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you made reference to the fact that the Sixers and Brian Colangelo are parting ways. Your colleague Woj says it's going to be termed as a resignation. Do you believe it's David Griffin's job, essentially, based on everything, that the Sixers need a general manager? He's got experience. He's got experience with the ring. He's got experience with winning a ring with LeBron. Is that a no-brainer, Brian?
Not necessarily. I think, I have a personal relationship with David. I think he's really smart. I think he's a really good GM. By the way, LeBron doesn't really care who the general manager is. I mean, LeBron cares who the players are. And David will be the first to tell you. LeBron did not come to Cleveland because of David Griffin. LeBron wouldn't go anywhere. I mean, if David Griffin got hired in the minor league team in Minot, South Dakota, he wouldn't. What sounds like LeBron's like, I got to be with David Griffin. But I mean, David Griffin is a competent executive who has shown he knows how to build a champion team around LeBron, and that would make him a pretty good resume spot for him. But I'm just going to say to you, the number one thing for LeBron when it comes to choosing his next team is competition to win a championship. And I'm going to tell you that number 2, and maybe even 1A, is going to be ownership. What is his relationship with ownership? How does he feel about the ownership? How does he feel about the ownership's commitment? When LeBron came back to Cleveland, he did not meet with David Griffin. He met with Dan Gilbert. When he meets to make a decision, whether it's to stay in Cleveland or go elsewhere, it's going to be with ownership. Ownership is incredibly important. General managers and coaches and players change. Owners do not change. That is very important to LeBron. And I don't know on the pie chart whether it's worth 20% or 5% or 96%. I don't know where it is, but I know that it matters. And Sixers ownership is and how they approach LeBron when the time comes is going to be just as important as who is in that general manager chair.
So, best you can tell, since we're on the subject here, and ownership's not changing, which ownership group do you think best fits LeBron and vice versa, knowing the landscape as you do?
I don't know.
It's amazing.
I don't know, Rich. I mean, I know you're asking a fair question.
I know. And your point is that so the metrics are LeBron's, and he's figuring out what they are, and until he sits face to face with these people, we have no earthly idea how he's going to think about it.
My point is, I think it's very easy to jump to a conclusion. Oh, David Griffin, and then LeBron's going to come 5 minutes later.
But we want to connect dots, Brian. That's what we do in the business, and we want it fast.
So it's so much more complex than that.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.